The world is addicted to noise. Look around. Everyone is screaming to be heard, twisting themselves to be seen, clawing for a second of attention as if their life depends on it. Today we're going to dismantle the psychology of presence and absence, Machiavelli's lessons, the laws of human behavior, and the uncomfortable truths about power. The difference between a slot machine and a vending machine. Let's start with biology. Intermittent reinforcement. When you're predictable, when you're always there, you kill desire before it even has a chance to breathe. You become a vending machine. Insert coin, get product. No mystery, no tension, no reason to come back. A slot machine works differently. It creates addiction because you never know when you're going to win. Sometimes you pull and nothing happens. Other times, you hit the jackpot. That uncertainty, intermittent reinforcement, is the most powerful psychological mechanism in existence. When you're available around the clock, you rob people of the pleasure of missing you. That dopamine rush they'd feel seeing your name light up their screen after days of silence. By overexposing yourself, you kill the magic of your own presence. What being always available says about you. But this goes beyond biology. It's about self-respect. Being constantly available is, at its core, a silent confession. I have nothing more important to do. If you respond to a message in 10 seconds on a Tuesday afternoon, what does that reveal? That your time isn't worth much. That no mission, no project, no ambition is urgently pulling at you. That you're waiting to be chosen, to be entertained, to be validated. People who carry real power don't wait. They build. They create. They're consumed by something that matters. And precisely because of that, they don't respond instantly. Their absence isn't a game. It's the natural consequence of having a life that demands them. That's the difference that changes everything. Pretending to be busy is obvious. It reeks of cheap strategy, of someone sulking to seem interesting. But when you're not around because you're genuinely building something, your business, your body, your mind, people sense it. They respect your time because they understand it's scarce, and they compete to get even a small piece of it. Knowing when to leave. Most people don't know how to exit. They stay at the party until the lights come on and the music stops. They drag out conversations long after everything worth saying has been said. They stay in relationships where the respect evaporated long ago. They linger. And that lingering always leaves the same stale aftertaste. In psychology, there's something called the peak-end rule. It says we don't remember experiences by their average. We remember them by 2 moments, the most intense one and the last one. A dinner can be extraordinary, but if the goodbye drags on for half an hour at the door, the memory that sticks is of something mediocre. On the other hand, if you leave when things are at their peak, when the laughter is most natural, when the connection feels most real, that moment gets etched in. And you leave the other person wanting more. There are situations you have to learn to leave unfinished. The mind hates open endings. When a conversation is left hanging, the brain replays it on loop, searching for a resolution that never comes. By denying that closure, you stay present in their head long after you've gone. It takes discipline. You have to give up the instant gratification to gain something more valuable, the kind of respect that lasts. First make yourself necessary, then disappear. Here's the mistake most people make. The isolation trap. Absence is a spice, not the main course. If you're never around, you're not mysterious. You're a stranger. You're irrelevant. For your absence to carry weight, your presence has to have left a mark. You need to be the pillar that holds something up, the one who brings clarity where there's confusion, energy where there's paralysis, solutions where there's chaos. When you're there, you have to create dependency. Machiavelli said it plainly in The Prince. The shrewd ruler builds things so that people always need him. If they don't need you, your absence doesn't matter to anyone. That's why, before pulling back, you have to have proven your worth. Be the one who solves what no one else can. The anchor in the middle of the storm. Only once you've built that position, once they depend on you, does your disappearance have any real effect. Because now, when you leave, something breaks. The system feels the gap, and in that gap, they finally understand how much weight you are carrying on your own. They realize they can't afford to lose you. The power of silence. In any conflict, silence is the most devastating move. When someone disrespects you, the instinct is to respond. Defend yourself, explain, push back. But by entering that game, you're giving them exactly what they want. Confirmation that they have power over you. You step down to their level and fight by their rules. The response that does the most damage isn't anger. It's indifference, withdrawing your attention as if nothing happened. Silence holds up a mirror. It forces them to sit alone with what they've done, with no reaction from you to use as fuel or excuse. They wait for a spark. Nothing comes. And that void is unbearable. It says, without a single word, that you're so far above it that it doesn't even deserve your energy, that they've already lost access to you. This is the most refined version of the gray rock method. It's not about being boring. It's about becoming a black hole where their manipulation finds nothing to grip. When someone who thought they could control you suddenly meets that emptiness, their illusion of power collapses, and you take back the only thing that was ever truly yours, your attention. Controlling the narrative. Human beings are storytelling machines. When there's an information gap, the brain fills it on its own. When you're not around, people invent explanations. Is he angry? Does he have something better going on? Is he planning something? If you operate from insecurity, those stories terrify you. You rush to explain yourself. Sorry, I was just doing laundry. In one sentence, you've destroyed every bit of mystery you'd built. If you operate from solidity, you let them run. Let them circulate. And when you return, you say nothing. You simply show up as a better version of yourself, and that explains everything. If you disappear for a month and come back exactly the same, the time was wasted. It was just an absence. But if you come back stronger, sharper, with something new to offer, your absence becomes legend. A transformation arc. People start associating your disappearances with growth. They learn to respect and anticipate what you bring when you return. That's how you stay relevant. You shed the old skin in private and show the new one in public. All of this demands a fundamental shift in how you relate to yourself. You have to learn to be okay alone. For most people, this is the real obstacle. We're social animals. Silence makes us uncomfortable. We use others to escape our own thoughts, noise to drown out our insecurities. But to harness the power of absence, you first have to be at peace with yourself. That means not needing external validation to feel whole. Being able to sit with your own silence and have that be enough. When you get there, your presence changes in nature. You no longer approach people out of need. You come to give something. You're not looking to be filled. You're offering. And that difference is felt. It might unsettle people, but it draws them in a way that almost nothing else does. To put it simply, being always available devalues you. An intermittent, genuine presence makes you magnetic. Learn to leave at the best moment. Let them want more. Make yourself indispensable before you disappear. Value first, distance second. Use silence, not anger. Indifference as a tool. Your attention as currency. Let your absence smell like growth. Come back as more every time. Make peace with solitude. Power is born within, not outside. The world is addicted to noise. Be the silence that cuts through it.